Alright, in this video we'll look at different characteristics of functions, especially quadratic functions. We're going to look at a bunch of different vocabularies, like for example finding the zeros of a function, intercepts, vertex, and so on. The first question says, what is the zero of a function? So the zero of a function basically is when what makes the whole function equal to 0, okay? So basically you would put 0 equals 3x minus 21, okay? You can do it this way, you can solve, or the easiest way to find zeros is by plugging it in Desmos. So you would just put f of x, here, I'll just plug it in, f of x equals 3x minus minus 21. And then you can go in here, you can kind of zoom out and see where does it cross the x-axis. Well, it crosses it at 7, okay? And that's it. You're just basically looking for where your y-coordinate is equal to 0. If you want to continue doing it this way, we can solve it manually. So you can add 21 on both sides. You would have 21 equals 3x. Divide by 3, divide by 3, so x equals 21 divided by 3 is 7. Okay, so that's what that is. Alright, the next one. What is the zero of a function here? So I'll go ahead and plug it in Desmos again and just look at the x-intercept. Now, for problem number 1, you saw that it only had one zero because it was a linear function. But in this one, since it's a quadratic function, it might have two zeros. Let's see. Alright, well, we have two zeros, yeah? We have a 0 at positive 1 and a 0 at 7, 1 and 7. So it's asking you which is one of the zeros. Well, 7 is one of the zeros. It just doesn't have the other 0, but even though it is. Okay? Alright, sorry you guys. Okay, there. Alright, for number 3, what is a 0? We have a graph. Looks like there's a 0 at negative 1 and then at positive 2. Negative 1 is also, but it's just asking for one of them, not both of them. I don't know why this is doing that, but whatever. For number 4, what is the solution set? So solution set is the same thing as a 0, okay? They're just looking for the same thing, okay? So it looks like there's a solution at negative 3 and positive 1. We do not look at the x, we do not look at the vertex, none of that, okay? We only look at the x-axis, negative 3 and positive 1. That's the solutions. Those are the solutions. What are the x-intercepts and the y-intercepts of this function? All right, well, let's go ahead and plug it in. I do want to tell you that for the x-intercept, you'll have a value for x, but your y-coordinate will be 0. And for your y-intercept, you'll have 0, and then you'll have a y-coordinate. Okay, so that's what that is. So x-intercepts cannot have the 0. Only the y-intercepts can have the 0. So it cannot be A, it cannot be B. So it's either C or D. Okay? So we can just graph it in Desmos and find it. So in Desmos, I'll go ahead and plug in my function. F of x equals negative 4x plus 2. Alright, so it looks like the x-intercept is at 0.50, so that's 1/2, positive 1/2, 0. And then let's look at the y-intercept is at 0, 2. And that's it. Okay, 0, 2. Alright, given the function, identify each solution for f of x equals 0. So the word solution and f of x equals 0 are both talking about the same thing. They both are just the same thing. It's out talking about the x-intercepts. only the x-intercepts. I don't know what I was trying to write there. Only the x-intercepts, okay? All right, so let's go ahead and graph it. X squared plus 4x minus 5, x squared plus 4x minus 5. And the zeros of the function or my solutions are negative 5 and positive 1. Negative 5 and positive 1. All right, identify the x and y intercepts. Okay, well, all right, let's see. The x-intercept is at negative 1 and the y-coordinate is always 0. And then you have 5, 0. And then the y-intercept, it looks like it's at 0, 5. All right, number 8, it says identify each function that has an x-intercept at 3. So basically on here, we're looking for x-intercept at 3. So it doesn't matter what happens anywhere else as long as the function goes through here. So it's gonna, since this is a multiple select, meaning there's more than one answer, we're gonna have to try all of them and see. Okay, does this one have an x-intercept of 3? No, it's 3.7. So that one, first one doesn't work. Let's try g of x. Does it have an x-intercept of 3? Nope. H of x. Does it have an x-intercept of 3? Yes, it does. H of x works. G of x. X-intercept of 5, that doesn't work. And then k of x. X-intercept of 3, yep. So these are the two answers. Okay, so I would select both of them. Number 9, identify each function that has exactly 1, 0. So basically we're looking for functions that only touches the x-axis once, okay? Only touches the x-axis once. One time. Okay? Alright, well, let's just keep typing them. So f of x, oops, equals 9x squared minus 4. This one has 2 zeros, so I'm not going to choose that. I'm looking for one that only has 1 0. This one looks like it only has 1 0. I can zoom out, but that's just a linear, so this one works. G of x works. This one has no zeros, doesn't have any, okay, so 0 zeros basically, but so I'm not going to choose that. I'm looking for exactly 1 0. Alright, this one only has 1 0. The vertex is touching the x-axis, which makes it only 1 0. Alright, one more. Let's see. Maybe the last one is an answer. Maybe it's not. So make sure to read the question and see exactly what it's asking for. Alright, this one has 2 zeros. So that's only these two answers. Okay? Alright.